It was supposed to be a love story that gave Matt Roloff a second chance at happiness after his painful divorce from Amy Roloff. But now, everything has changed. The news of Matt Roloff and Caryn Chandler's divorce has sent shockwaves through the fanbase of Little People, Big World. The once happy couple, who seemed inseparable, have now gone their separate ways. The real question fans want answered is, what went wrong? Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. For Roloff family latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. For years, viewers of the show watched Matt and Caryn build a relationship after Matt's split from Amy. Caryn, who initially worked as a longtime Roloff Farms manager, became a central figure in Matt's life and eventually in the TLC series. Their chemistry was clear, their future appeared promising, and talks of marriage and growing old together were even teased on multiple episodes. But behind the smiles and social media posts, a storm was brewing. The divorce, confirmed through sources close to the Roloff family, wasn't something that happened overnight. It was a result of months, perhaps years, of underlying tension, growing emotional distance, and personal disappointments that had gone unnoticed by the public eye. One of the first major cracks in the relationship appeared after Caryn moved permanently to Arizona. Caryn had long expressed her love for the warm, sunny climate of Arizona. She wanted peace, relaxation, and a life away from the constant filming and pressure of reality TV. Matt, on the other hand, was still very much tied to Roloff Farms in Oregon emotionally and financially. The physical distance between them quickly turned into emotional distance. While they initially tried to make it work, flying back and forth, it soon became apparent that their goals in life were no longer aligned. There were also rumors that Caryn grew tired of the ongoing drama between Matt and his family. The feud between Matt and his sons, particularly with Zach and Jeremy over the sale of Roloff Farms, had weighed heavily on the family for years. Caryn, who was often put in a delicate position between Matt and the rest of the Roloffs, found herself growing weary of the emotional strain. Many close to the couple have revealed that she often felt like an outsider, never fully accepted by Matt's children or by Amy. Despite being together for nearly a decade, Caryn still felt as though she was fighting for her place in Matt's life. Her relationship with Amy Roloff was strained at best, and her involvement in family events was often uncomfortable. Fans noticed that she rarely attended big family holidays or group celebrations unless absolutely necessary. It was a silent signal that all was not as perfect as it seemed. Then there's the farm, always a point of contention. Caryn reportedly had no interest in living full-time at Roloff Farms or being involved in its management. Matt, on the other hand, had a deep emotional connection to the land, and despite many attempts to sell parts of it, he couldn't fully let go. This caused multiple arguments between them. Caryn wanted to move on, travel, and retire. Matt, however, was still consumed by work and legacy. Sources close to the couple had disclosed that Caryn repeatedly asked Matt to slow down, to enjoy life and focus on their relationship. But Matt was too busy fixing things, building projects, and getting caught up in family drama. It's said that Caryn felt more like a caretaker than a partner, often left to fend for herself, while Matt chased unfinished dreams. The final straw came after a disagreement regarding their future together. Although Matt had previously spoken about marriage and even building a dream home with Caryn on the farm property, those plans were delayed over and over again. Caryn began to feel like she was being strung along. She wanted commitment, clarity, and a clear step forward. But Matt kept avoiding the subject, saying that there were too many moving parts: financial, familial, and logistical. Privately, Caryn began pulling away. She started spending more time in Arizona, even extending her stays without Matt. According to insiders, she found peace there, surrounded by new friends and freedom from the shadow of the Roloff legacy. Eventually, she came to a heartbreaking realization. She was happier without the stress of the Roloff family around her. That realization was the beginning of the end. Conversations turned into arguments. Texts became shorter, calls less frequent. The couple, who had once looked so happy together, were drifting apart. When Caryn suggested taking a break, Matt was reportedly devastated, but not entirely surprised. Those close to Matt say he was heartbroken. He truly believed that Caryn was his second chance at love. He admired her strength, her patience, and her loyalty. But he had to admit, he hadn't given her the peace and stability she longed for. He was always too busy, too distracted, and too focused on the past. The official decision to divorce was mutual, but it wasn't easy. There were tears, long conversations, and a painful separation of shared dreams. Despite their differences, they ended things respectfully. Neither of them has spoken publicly in depth about the breakup, but their silence has spoken volumes. Now, fans are left wondering, what's next for both of them? For Caryn, it seems that a new chapter is already unfolding. She's reportedly staying full-time in Arizona and has even been spotted exploring new career opportunities and enjoying life without the cameras. While she hasn't ruled out future love, her priority now is healing, traveling, and rediscovering herself. Matt, meanwhile, remains on Roloff Farms. He's been quiet on social media, only posting occasional updates about farm renovations and pumpkin season. Some insiders say he's still holding out hope that he and Caryn might find their way back to each other someday. But for now, he's focusing on the land, his health, and trying to rebuild his strained relationships with his children. The divorce has also had ripple effects throughout the Roloff family. Amy, though publicly silent, is said to be surprised by the news. Though she and Caryn never saw eye to eye, there was a mutual understanding between them. Amy knows better than anyone the pain of a public breakup. Chris Merrick, Amy's husband, has reportedly reached out to Matt privately, encouraging him to focus on family and find peace. Fans of Little People, Big World are heartbroken. Many had grown to accept Caryn as part of the Roloff family, even if she was never officially married to Matt. Their relationship was a symbol of starting over, proof that happiness could be found after heartbreak. Now, with the news of their separation, many feel like that hope has been shattered. Social media has exploded with reactions. On Instagram, fans have left comments expressing their shock and sadness. "I thought they were perfect together," one user wrote. Another added, "Matt always seemed happier with Caryn. What happened?" Others have taken a more critical tone, blaming the relentless family drama, the stress of filming, and Matt's stubborn ways. Still, others have expressed support for Caryn. Many believe she deserved better, a life of peace, freedom, and love. Some fans say it was brave of her to walk away from something that wasn't fulfilling her anymore, even if it meant leaving behind someone she loved deeply. There's also speculation about whether the divorce will be featured on future episodes of Little People, Big World. With recent seasons already filled with emotional tension and family conflict, adding Matt and Caryn's breakup would only intensify the drama. However, given Caryn's recent move away from the show, it's unclear if she will appear in any future seasons. Whether it's documented on screen or not, the impact of their separation is undeniable. It marks the end of an era, not just for Matt and Caryn, but for Little People, Big World as a whole. The show, which began as a simple family documentary, has evolved into a complex tale of love, loss, and life's unexpected turns. In the end, Caryn's decision to leave was not one made lightly. It was born from years of emotional exhaustion, unmet needs, and the realization that love alone is not always enough. Matt, for all his love and loyalty, was unable to give her the life she wanted. And sometimes the bravest thing a person can do is walk away. As both of them embark on new journeys, fans can only hope that healing comes with time and that happiness finds them both, even if it's no longer together. Matt Roloff remains a father, a farmer, and a public figure who has weathered storm after storm. Caryn Chandler, once behind the scenes, now takes center stage in her own story, one of courage, independence, and self-love. Only time will tell what the future holds. But one thing is clear, the love story of Matt and Caryn, though it ended in heartbreak, will not be forgotten by the millions who watched it unfold.